Good morning, everybody. Happy July 4th. And I'd like to begin by thanking David and Kirsten for putting us all together. I already know many of the faces here. I prepared these slides last night, and this is me giving an ordination with Bhante, and sister is seated there. This was in 2013. When I came to Dhamma Sukha, I was slightly bored. So sister took me to Blue Springs. In 2015, I invited Bhante to Sri Lanka, and he taught in southern Sri Lanka. This is my Pāli teacher. You can see me here. Here at Dhamma Sukha, up in Kirsten's office in the library, I started teaching Sinhala to kids that came from the Sinhala community, the St. Louis Sri Lankan community. They found me here and they came. So these were activities I did. And this is me with a group of students at MABA. And this is me with Bhante V again in 2013. And Brenda, Sister Brenda knows that this is in Indonesia. This is Bhante's Colombo retreat. This is again Bhante and I in the interview room chatting about Dhamma. And so Bhante's students from Dubai came, and these are doctors' family. So this is the crowd that came to the Colombo retreat. This is the morning session at the Colombo retreat. Only a few people in here. This is Bhante and I teaching in Kandy, Sri Lanka. This is a Kandy group. And then a little bit about Peace House. While I was based in Boston, I helped co-found Cambridge Peace House. Located at 362 Broadway in Cambridge, it was started by me, my friend Carl Bantel, his wife Pāli, Bhante Samhita, and a board of Harvard-affiliated professionals and experts in various fields. Before even we had a name, I remember sitting in a coffee shop with my friend Kelly, brainstorming ideas. We came up with Cambridge House for Inner Peace. And I realized the acronym was CHIP, and I laughed and said, perfect, I'll be one of the chipmonks. And Cambridge Peace House is not a Sri Lankan temple, intentionally so. We didn't want to duplicate or compete with the existing temples. We serve a broader community, mostly non-Sri Lankans, who are drawn to TWIM and sutta-based meditation. So I pulled this from our website. It says right at the beginning, do not look for a sanctuary in anyone except yourself. And myself, Bhante Samhita, Judy, our current director, and Bushin from the Zen tradition. He's a resident there now. And this family, Carl and Pāli, and he came up with the idea of establishing a place for us. That's how we have Cambridge Peace House now. And this is the board of directors right now. Professor Charles Salisse has been my advisor at Harvard. Peace House is a beautiful sacred place in which monastics and lay people, non-religious, religious, can contemplate and practice individually or in community. We provide welcoming spaces and programming centered around peace, belonging, and community of all people. And our mission to provide a sacred place that is first and foremost a monastic residence, a supportive place for monks to further their spiritual practice, Second, through various offerings, we invite visitors to engage in spiritual discovery, meaningful community, and practice. We aim to create conditions where individual and collective peace, connection, and discovery can flourish. So these are the list of programs we offer: special programs, meditations, arms round, retreats, small retreats, and they can also schedule an individual meeting with us monks and meet us, whoever wants to come see us. And among the meditations we offer, I offer something called daily morning leave every day at 8 a.m. I live stream it, and it's on YouTube. You can tune in if you like to sit with me at Eastern Time, 8 o'clock. And Monday to Friday, we offer morning chanting and meditation. I offer that with Bhante Samita, the other resident monk. He has been here, he has sat here and done retreats, and some of you have already met him. And we also, because it's a township, we offer midday meditations. This is in the center, like right between Harvard and MIT. So we offer a midday meditation for the working crowd. Sometimes no one shows up, sometimes 10 people may show up. That has been the way the programs run. Because we have a very small space, we cannot fit more than 15 people at a time in our place. And on Mondays, we have some evening silent meditation. We have been experimenting with various sitting practices to see what people like, what they don't want to practice, and so on. And on Wednesdays, this became popular. Bhante Samita started a loving kindness meditation. People really bonded with loving kindness practice, and we started seeing regularly, like more than 6-8 people show up for that. And they have to sign up before coming, so we know who to expect. We know that we have reached the maximum number of people. We can arrange the space for them, and that's how we do it. And on Friday evenings, Bhante Samita started the Marananusati, recollection of death in person. This is what we have in the website now. All my programs are closed. I was doing a sutta study. I was doing a couple of other programs, but because I'm now based in Toronto, I closed all the programs, and I do only the morning leaves of mindfulness as of now. This is the building. And you are welcome to visit the Cambridge Peace House. What they did was they bought this old building that was in ruins, and we visited it and we thought, okay, this is an ideal place. If you have been to Cambridge, you know that Cambridge Insight Meditation Center it's just a block away from us. So we were very conscious about what they were offering, and that we were conscious about monks going to stay in this place. And so knowing that, we just kind of converted, like they demolished it completely and built a complete new building with the city's approval. Monastery by Anathapindika. That's not what we expected. And I think ultimately they stopped asking questions from us because we were kind of proven useless when it comes to responding to those questions about how we like the place and choosing beds and wall decorations and all that. We didn't know how to respond to those questions. And this is what they designed. This is the basement and the upstairs outside of the meditation hall. The basement has this counseling room where people can come, sit, and get counseling. They can make a tea there and sit with us and chat. So that's something that I have been offering, and Bhante Samita also has been offering counseling sessions to people. And this is the entry level, and this is the meditation room. So I just cropped this from internet. Some of them are MIT students, Harvard students, or some locals. They come our classmates from the school also sometimes they are still around, they show up. And this was a insight meditation dialogue we had like around early 2023. And this is the entrance to the meditation room. The only Buddha statue we have. And we are very happy about it. We're so happy you have many Buddha statues. I think the Buddha lives in your heart. So please don't offer us any Buddha statue. And this is a little library we have. Upstairs, monks' residence and the guest room looks like this. No people go there, but they really, I think I once used the word make it futuristic, make it belong to the future. Every level, we have 4 levels, basement level, entry level, the meditation level, and then the residential level. So every level has bathrooms, like the residential level has 2 bathrooms, and each floor has a bathroom for any person to use, and so they have been super generous. We have laundry there. We have basically everything. We also have a little back porch, a patio. We can do a little gardening there. Okay, so in 2017, this is David and I and Bhante meeting in Toronto, and our connection has been alive, and I'm going to go to that story of how I met Bhante. I studied in Europe for a year in 2012 to 2013. I went back to teaching in Sri Lanka. I was teaching in 2 universities. Sister Khema had to Sigiri Campus where I was teaching, and she wanted to teach, and I said, okay, you can teach in my class. I was teaching something called International Sangha Administration, something like that. I was also teaching Pāli language for students, but she wanted to teach in that one class. And she, one thing that I vividly remember is that because she came from this forest, she instantly connected with students by making these animal sounds, bird sounds. She had the skill to do that. Have you seen her do that, David? Yeah, so she did that, and she became instantly popular in that campus. And she learned that I have some background in Pāli. I did my special degree in Pāli in Sri Lanka, and that she kind of she wanted to teach more, and she posted this sign outside her residence where she was staying near this university. That was also near where I was staying at, and when she posted the sign saying that she'd do some sutta classes, I was the only one that went, because people don't read English signs in that locality, and she just didn't know how to advertise anything. She was just so enthusiastic on teaching, and we sat, and I remember her dependent origination wheel, and her talking about Bhante V all the time, and Dhamma Sukha all the time, and I think she introduced me to Bhante V virtually, and I began listening to Bhante's teachings just like Bhante Satyananda did, and I had by then already memorized the Satipatthana Sutta, both in Pāli and Sinhalese language. I had read it in English, but I was not confident on some of the terms that were there. I just didn't know how to unwrap them. And it was only through Bhante V I built that confidence in me that, okay, this is what this means. In the section of feelings, there is a part that describes what this is, and Bhante fearlessly was giving interpretations to them. This is something that I had never heard from any other teacher that I have been with. I have been close with I had the fortunate karma to meet many great teachers. So it was only from Bhante V that I sensed that deep diving, into the suttas and just showing that this works. And of course, in Sri Lanka, we talk about loving kindness practice, loving kindness meditation. But used it for like 10 minutes of loving kindness and then you do breathing meditation. It's not consistent that you do loving kindness all day and that you think that that has an impact on you and that is the way until you reach anagami level, all the way until you removing anger from you. So I saw that work and they and I chat and he invited me to Dhamma. I was a little reluctant because after staying in Europe, I never wanted to come to US. I thought it's all buildings and it's just it was not a good picture. I thought if I ever lived in a foreign country, it should be somewhere in Europe. But now fate had other plans and Bhante was inviting me here. I thought, okay, they will reject my visitor visa, so I will show that to Bhante and I will not come. But they did not.
They didn't.
They asked me questions, are you going to establish a program and get paid? I said, no, I will help them, of course, but not actively get a financial remuneration for what I did. So, are you going to stay more than 3 months? I said, no, my teacher needs me here, so I should come back. My appointment at the university, it didn't help them decide. It was that response, and they said, okay, they stamped the visa. Now I had to come. So Bhante and sister came to the airport, picked me up, and I met David. I think we also collaborated in emails before.
Yeah.
And then I sat here with Bhante. I kept asking many questions. In those interactions, I never asked him where I was, and he never told me where I was in terms of my meditation practice. So that's not how we interacted with each other. And no soon, Bhante told me to train Sister Khema, and this did not go well. She dragged me to Bhante's cabin, and she was arguing all the, that hour. And Bhante was silent, I was silent, and I think she was done arguing, and then Bhante did not say anything, and we walked out. That was it. And after that, I think we bonded. Sister Khema and I really bonded like mother and son. So we needed that kind of tension to understand each other and to develop that sense of belonging. And so I could tell her anything, she could talk anything with me. I think more than needing the training, we needed each other to be heard by each other. So we developed that connection. And up until her last days, we had that bonding. I think toward the very end, like for the last couple of months, she drifted away from her connections. We know those who were close to her know that she was badly ill. So that has been that journey. And I have, when I came here, that was in 2013, and then I came back in 2014. Spent nearly 5 months each time, and when I went back the first time, I applied for that program at Harvard, and I did not tell Bhante about it because Bhante had plans of me wanting to stay here longer. But how Bhante was not happy that I accepted to go to a 1-year program at Harvard. He told me that you have nothing to study there, you know Pāli, you know suttas, just don't go. But someone in Sri Lankan community, like as very senior to me, told me that you give up something when you know what you are giving up. So you should just go and then give it up. So I ended up going for 1 year and stayed for 3 years doing a full degree. And then I did a chaplaincy program. But I value that experience because when Doug says Unitarian Universalist, I know what that means. So I think this is a kind of knowledge I needed as a monk to navigate in all these places. So that's that, and then I kept coming back to Dhamma whenever David invited me to come back to, for various reasons, and our connection kept going. So that's how my life has, I think, forever changed thanks to Bhante's insightful teachings and loving kindness and wisdom. Let's see what else I have. This is us meeting in Toronto in that conference that Bhante went to teach together with Venerable Ajahn Brahm. And so David wanted me to talk about the activities I do in Toronto. This is a group I led. The reason I am living in Toronto is that I became a permanent resident in Canada in terms of immigration. So I kept continuing teachings, and this is the center, the Canada's one. We have 5 senior monks living there and many visiting monks. They come and stay there. This is mainly a Sri Lankan diaspora temple, so a lot of Sri Lankans come there. Many, like aside from Melbourne and Milano, I think Toronto has the biggest Sri Lankan diaspora, so they come to these temples. We also had a stupa opening recently. This is that stupa. And this is us going arms round in a park very recently. This is me teaching with Bhante Kusala. David knows this monk. He's a Bangladeshi, Canadian, Sri Lankan Buddhist monk. And this is my breaking news. That only Delson knows that last week, finally, I purchased this property in Sri Lanka. It's
Purchased the land in Sri Lanka.
Purchased a land in Sri Lanka. It's 1.5 acres, and I don't know what to do with it. It's there, and ideas are welcome, so that's the good news. The bad news is that all that money is in somebody's pocket somewhere to build it. So they initially wanted to build a hotel here, and they did not have the funds. They stopped. And this place is near, so you see this is Sri Lanka in this image, and this is the land in South Sri Lanka, this one, this one. So this is very close to the Sinhala Forest Reserve, very famous forest in Sri Lanka, and also to Kanneliya National Rainforest. So this is the land. There is a tea plantation here and then the forest. So that's why I liked it very much. That's the only place I liked, and all the funds I have been receiving, I collected. We started a Dhamma Sukha Sri Lanka project, but I stopped it because at the time I did not have the legal rights to collect funds here. So anyway, so yeah, that's that project. In terms of teaching and outreach, in 2024 I completed my PhD in Pāli, and now I teach Sanskrit.
Oh, wow.
I had to learn to read again. Sanskrit at the University of South Florida, and then another course for the Emmanuel College in Toronto, also online. All these are online offerings, and then Pāli, that they started this, but we haven't started lessons yet. Sigiri Campus, this is also online campus. And then sutta classes to MABA, that's a place based in St. Louis. And I'm exploring what will come in the future. The only prediction about the future is that the future is uncertain. So I'm sticking there now. 6 are all these. Any questions? Yeah, that's all. I'm sorry if I took a little longer than I should have. Yeah, thank you for listening. It's wonderful to be part of this TWIM community. Thank you.